And we welcome you in here on this Thursday night for what should be a good matchup here on Zaleski Sports. Girls basketball action in Wausau, Wisconsin. It is the home Newman Catholic Fighting Cardinals going up against the Marathon Red Raiders here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Connor Philippi. Thank you so much for tuning in. As like I said, this is a Merriwood South Conference battle. I'm not actually sure if I did say that yet as we take a look here at the standings. Marathon currently sitting at third, even though their overall record is 9-2. That's because the only two games they've lost all season long are to the other two Merriwood South standings teams that are on top of them. Stratford 8-0 within the conference and Assumption 6-1. Those are the only two teams Marathon's lost to all season, and their last loss came almost a full month ago. That, of course, came with a little bit of a break there, but still impressive. 5 wins in a row for Marathon, as we're looking to continue that momentum against these Newman Catholic Fighting Cardinals here tonight. Points leaders for this Marathon team, Emma Love with 16.7 points per game. She is 61% from the floor and shooting 33.3% from three-point range. And Miley Helke also in second place with points per game, 11.4. Kate Love, the junior, 10.4 points per game. Emma Love leads in rebounds, and Kate Love leads in assists. So you'll see a lot of the Loves here tonight for Marathon. Take a look here at the home team, the Newman Catholic Fighting Cardinals. They coming off of a rough loss to St. Mary Catholic. Of course, St. Mary Catholic, one of the best teams in a higher division even than Newman Catholic, and so obviously a tough climb for them, but they lost that one by quite a lot, and so they're hoping to get back on track here. Won the previous game before that to Chequamegon, and they've won 2 of their last 5, so they are trying to get back on track after that tough loss. They're 5-9 overall, sitting at 2-5 in the Merriwood South. That does unfortunately put them at the bottom right now. They're trying to fight back against Edgar, but every other team is above 500 both within the Merriwood South and overall. The other record right up ahead of Newman Catholic overall is 9-5. So there are some very good teams in this Merriwood South Conference, one of the toughest conferences in the state, and so it'll be very interesting to see how this Merriwood South continues to play out throughout the course of the season. But as for Newman Catholic, Aubrey Pent is going to be the player you'll hear a lot. 11.7 points per game for the junior, and she's shooting 34.6% from beyond the three-point line. Claire Bodenheimer in second place for points overall. Brianna Schultz in third, and Alexis Glenecki leads in rebounds. Aubrey Pent leads the junior in assists. Katie Gitch is the head coach of this Newman Catholic team. Jeff Schneider on the side of Marathon, and about 45 seconds left before we announce the starting lineups and do the national anthem here. We'd like to remind you that today's starting lineups are presented by Rib Mountain Eye Care. The team at Rib Mountain Eye Care hopes you're enjoying the broadcast, but hey, the players look a little blurry or your glasses are a constant bother. We can help. Call the vision experts at Rib Mountain Eye Care today and make sure you don't miss a single moment of the next big game. Almost towards the end of the week here on Zaleski Sports, but plenty of sports action still to come, including tonight's game here tonight, as the weather is starting to look a little bit more like it's actually January again, and it's starting to feel like mid-season basketball weather. And so we thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name's Connor Philippi, and without further ado, we'll hand things over to the PA to get this thing started.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Newman Catholic High School for a Merriwood Conference matchup between the Marathon Red Raiders and the Newman Catholic Cardinals. At this time, we ask for all those who are able to please rise and remove your hats for a blessing in our national anthem. God our Father, we ask your blessing on the game about to be played. Thank you for the opportunity to compete and to have these players share their talents with us. Protect them from injury and remind us to always be humble in victory and strong in defeat. Amen. The national anthem. Newman Catholic High School, Marathon High School, and the WIAA required good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner. Here is tonight's starting lineup for Marathon. Number 1, junior Macy Mishka. Number 3, junior Caitlin Love. Number 4, senior Miley Helke. Number 5, senior Emma Love. Number 14, junior Megan Schneider. The Red Raiders are coached by Jeff Schneider. And now for your home team, Newman Catholic Cardinals. Number 5, sophomore guard Claire Bodenheimer. Number 10, sophomore guard Maddie Jankowski. Number 23, senior guard Brianna Schultz. Number 30, junior guard Aubrey Pence. And number 42, senior forward Lexi Glennicky. The Cardinals head coach is Katie Gage.
And so, without further ado, all that's left is to tip things off from Newman Catholic High School here on Zaleski Sports. Again, Connor Philippi, happy to bring this one to you, as this is just the second of 3 total home games for both Newman Catholic teams. Boys played on Tuesday, had an electrifying game there. They'll play again on Friday. And this girls team playing here tonight. So an eventful week here at Newman Catholic. Ready or not, here we go as we get started with the ball in the hands of Newman Catholic. Pence will drive in, back around to Glenecki. Both teams in red here tonight. Of course, Newman Catholic with their home whites. This one stolen away early on by Schneider. Back down the court, puts up the shot. 2 players were on her, and it did not matter as she gets it in for the first points of the game. Brianna Schultz, early pressure along the perimeter. Aubrey Pent swings it around into the corner. Pent with it again. Couldn't quite work off that pick. Loses the ball, gets it back though. It's tipped away, so no double dribble there. Glenecki got it back to her now. Around the perimeter, having some trouble here. And now trying to drive in, putting up that shot. It gets blocked, but finds the hands of Glenecki for 2. Newman Catholic's going to have to make sure that they bank on all those opportunities that they get. There's not going to be very many second chance opportunities like that. They're going to have to find ways to score on that first attempt or work really hard for those second chance opportunities on their end of the floor. This Marathon team, like I mentioned, only 2 losses, and those only 2 losses to a couple of the better teams in the state. They themselves are ranked 20th in Division 4. Of course, Newman Catholic Division 5. One of the interesting things here, as the 3-shot is up, no good. And it'll go out of bounds and actually stays in bounds somehow. Nice effort that time. That time by Jankowski, somehow able to keep that in bounds. Knocked to the ground, but getting it up to Glenecki that time was Bodenheimer. Now up top to Aubrey Pent. Under pressure, getting it out to Glenecki. Fended there by Love. That's Emma Love. Back into the corner. Playing catch around that elbow area, then back out to the perimeter a couple different times. Newman Catholic trying to drive in. Instead, they'll toss it up and over out of bounds. Glenecki with that kind of compression brace around her knee. See her moving just a little bit slowly. But still on the court working hard as Marathon with the ball back. Tied at 2 early on here on the NTC scoreboard. 3 minutes already gone in this game. As Caitlin Love gets it up top here to Emma Love, swung around into the corner. Adelie Shuda got it back up top. Helke couldn't quite drive in, had to get back out to Mishka. Trying to pass this one up and over, tipped out of the air, but ended up out of bounds there. Oh, a miscue for Marathon. And Newman Catholic strong on defense early on here. Brianna Schultz trying to find Aubrey Pent, got it to her. Just kind of a one-player screen, or one-player press, I should say, on that play. Just a little bit of pressure to get them thinking. And that shot off the mark from Schultz. Rebounded by Helke. Quickly back the other way. Beautiful feed in. Couldn't quite get the shot to go, though. They will trickle back out. 3-point shots up. Another one bouncing off the rim, out of bounds. Newman Catholic standing strong on another possession there. That was a nice feed in to Mishka, just kind of a difficult one. She knew she had to put it up quick under the basket because she had a couple of players right there with her. Double team there, getting it out though. Jankowski swings it around up top. Aubrey Pent tries to drive in. Solid perimeter in that inner circle towards the basket, and now here's an opportunity down there. Fighting for that rebound was Glonecki. Swung back around to Aubrey Pent. 3-point shots up, and it finds its way in. Bodenheimer drains it. Early on here, we're seeing a lot of long developing plays. Taking a good few seconds to toss the ball around, just kind of looking for that perfect opportunity. And so that's led to the low-scoring affair so far here tonight. 7 total points scored in just about 4.5 minutes of play so far. Losing the ball here, and it was going to be either a foul or a jump ball eventually, and does eventually come to the head with Schultz picking up the first foul of the night. And, just one foul of the night's another reason why it's been pretty quick so far. As this throw-in will come, that was a foul against Schultz there. Helke working against Schultz. Feeds it in for a perfect opportunity for Emma Love. She gets it to go. Helke with the nice assist that time. And now we're going with kind of a soft press. Not even a soft press. It's a full press here, and they're going to have trouble getting it across. Running out of time, and they just have to fling it out of bounds. And Marathon really disguised that well. They went with just the one-person press earlier on, and then just kind of threw that out there last second and really caught Newman Catholic off guard. Down by 1 early on as they get that one out to Caitlin Love. Feed into Emma, and she gets it to go again. Emma Love early on with 4 points, but both from some amazing eyes and vision from her players around her. And this is a experienced team, a lot of juniors and seniors on this Marathon team. Back the other way. That shot a little bit weak because of that pressure by Jankowski on that end. As Newman gets the ball back with Aubrey Pent. Nice crossover to try and get inside, but can't quite do it. Instead, it's a 3, and it's good again from Claire Bodenheimer. 6 points on 2 3-point shots early on for Bodenheimer. This Marathon offense off to kind of a slow start. And a couple substitutions coming in here. Maya Bookberger is one of the two, as well as Reagan Martin. And then we have Mallory Rozwadowski coming in for Newman Catholic. Both of these teams pretty even in terms of bench players. Marathon into the corner now. Here is Martin off the bench, and three-point shots up and good from Buchberger off the bench. 2 players in on that play. Fresh off the bench for Marathon, as this one's almost stolen away. It's a battle for it. Glenecki kicked it there. And so that's going to be Marathon ball. Swarming defense as Reagan Martin makes her mark early on in this one. 11:30 to go in the first here on the NTC scoreboard. 9-8 in favor of the guests. Schneider getting ready to inbound it. Swarmed by players underneath the basket. Marathon's going to have some opportunities to pop some threes in this game, as this one's going to go up and good. Marathon with Reagan Martin gets it to go. And that's the thing about Marathon. They have a lot of ways to score, but a lot of this game so far has been them getting some good feeds right underneath the basket, even with Newman Catholic really trying to prevent that, as the steal happens here for Marathon back the other way, and to no avail as they throw it out of bounds. So it'll just be take 2 here for Newman Catholic on offense, as coming in Avery Kopke. She's going to replace Glenecki. And all the players headed to the bench with the first timeout of the game. About 11 to go. 11-8 in favor of Marathon. You're watching Zaleski Sports.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi with you, as it is another eventful night of action here on Zaleski, as we have, I believe, 9 or 10 games going on here tonight. There's one that already happened at 5:30. Excuse me, that was a wrestling match, and so that one is over. So I believe 9 total basketball games here tonight. I think that's 7 basketball games and 2 hockey games here on Zaleski Sports. So we will give you some updates on what's going on throughout the league, and even give you a couple hockey updates here on Zaleski during the halftime break. Well, we have about 10 minutes that have gone by in this game in elapsed time, but 7 minutes off the clock. So it's been a very fast-moving first half. Only 1 foul has been committed, as Marathon once again pressing, able to get it across as Newman Catholic. That one blocked away, but it'll stay with the Cardinals. 3-point shot is up here, and it is drained. Brianna Schultz this time gets it to go, and Newman Catholic has 9 of their 11 points so far off of the 3 ball, and it's tied at 11. And that's very important to establish that 3 ball for Newman Catholic, because if you try to defend the perimeter too heavily, Alexis Glenecki is going to get some action underneath the basket. Tied at 11, and Newman Catholic gets the ball back off the missed shot. Have an opportunity to take the lead back again after they had it earlier on, but it's out of bounds. A couple subs coming in, some original starters for Marathon, with Mishka coming in. As well as Emma Love. Exactly 10 to go here in the first, as Mishka will throw it in. Macy and Camry Mishka on this team, as well as Caitlin Love and Emma Love. So as the game continues, I'll continue to do my best to differentiate those players as the game goes on. Apologies if that ever does not happen. As Buchberger got the pass around to Mishka. That's Macy Mishka, and now up top. That one almost stolen away. Good hustle to the ball there for Martin, and she feeds it in. Now out into the corner for 3, and it finds its way in. Caitlin Love gets it to go. She gets her first points on the board throughout the night. And even when she is not one of the top scorers, she makes her mark in a lot of different ways. This is a floater off the backboard, can't get it to go. Second chance though, three-pointer is up off the side of the rim, but another lucky rebound, and after that, the errant pass. Marathon tries to drive in, and that's going to be a travel call there. Saw Mishka kind of get hit there on the side of her head. But nothing called there as a couple substitutions come in. See Glenecki back in as well as Rozwadowski. Helke back in as Caitlin Love takes a break following that three-point shot. Under 9 to go now is Glenecki. Now in, and that's going to be a travel. Trying her very best to not sell that too much, but it was a pretty easy call there. And so Marathon still up 3, will get the ball back. Still only one foul in the entire half. Reagan Martin getting it over to Mishka. That's Macy. Around to Helke up top. She fakes the shot. Back out to Schneider. She's up top now against Aubrey Pent. Got it around to Martin. Tried to feed it, kind of sidearm back out, and then all the way to the other side of the court. Quick passes now as Mishka gets the ball ripped away from her by Aubrey Pent. Pent down the court. She works past defenders. That's going to be the second foul of the night. The first one for Marathon. It'll be the first free throws of the night that we see. And was against Maven Schneider. That one off the rim as it's going to be Jankowski coming back in for Newman Catholic. It's going to be Bodenheimer taking a break there, and Rozwadowski also came out. Addison Pent now in the game. 0 for 2 from the free throw line here as Marathon trying to take advantage of it here. Helke up top now to Love. That's Emma Love. She retreats back, swings it around to Macy Mishka. Helke drives in. She puts one up against the backboard, and it's good. And that's should be 14-13. I think 2 points were added to the guest scoreboard. So we'll see if that gets changed here. Excuse me, I'm all turned around. That was a 2-point shot for Marathon. My bad. I promised I wouldn't let the Reds get the best of me throughout the course of this game. It's only the first time I've done that, hopefully the last. But that was a 2-point shot for Marathon. So 16-11 on the scoreboard. So Marathon back on offense. They are the solid Reds. As Reagan Martin gets it over to Macy Mishka. Emma Love from the corner, and it's good. Not sure if that was a long 2. It was a 3, actually. So that's 7 points on the night so far for Emma Love, as Marathon now leads by 8 with 7:10 to go in the first on the NTC scoreboard. And coming in here is Caitlin Love once more, as Reagan Martin will take a break on the bench. Aubrey Pent, Newman Catholic trying to break out of this press again. And then this one up and over. Who was it off of? They're going to give the ball back to Marathon. It was a tough call there on who touched it last. Here comes Brinley Stencil, the sophomore for Marathon. She will relieve Macy Mishka. Under 7 to go now in the first half. From the corner here is Helke. All the way up top as Schneider tried to laser that one in to Emma Love. And then it's going to be a jump ball, as it's good defense for Newman Catholic. Couldn't quite get a clean steal though Well, does tick the ever important possession arrow back their way on the next one. Stencil will be the one to rebound. Getting this one up and over to Helke. She tries to make a move in, can't quite do it, and is forced out back to Caitlin Love. Around to Schneider now. Feeds this one in. Fights away from the pressure, gets it to go. That was a tough shot, and she made it look easy. Double-digit lead all of a sudden for Marathon, as it was a pretty close one up until about the 10-minute mark. Marathon slowly starting to find their offensive mojo here at Newman Catholic. Aubrey Pence thinking about that three. Got closed on pretty quickly though, as now Glenecki gets it back to her. And off that screen she pops one, doesn't go. Glenecki trying to put it back, and she'll go to the line. And those second chance opportunities are going to be huge for Newman Catholic to try and find their way back into this one now. Still only down 10, 6 to go in the first. That one finds its way in. First free throw made of the game here for either team, as Bodenheimer will replace Addison Pence. This time 2 for 2 from the line. Cutting the deficit back to 8 as Caitlin Love gets it over to Brindley Stencil, and that one a little too high off the hand of Emma Love out of bounds. That's really been what has worked for Marathon so far in this game, just getting that leverage underneath the basket. That time, though, it didn't work out. Bodenheimer with a feed over to Pent. Aubrey Pent as Bodenheimer now swings it around to Schultz. She drives in, gets a nice feed to Glenecki, and that was a beautiful play there. Has a 4-0 run now for Newman Catholic. Stencil up top to Schneider. Caitlin Love surveys around to the other side. Another one popped off the mark that time for Emma Love. She nailed one earlier on in the game. Coming up close to 5 minutes remaining here in the first, as Newman Catholic trying to threaten with 4 straight points, trying to make it more here. Glenecki in the corner. Aubrey Pence loses it off her leg and then diving for that one. And that's going to be a timeout call by Marathon. Nice move there by Jeff Schneider to keep possession for Marathon. And we will take a break with everyone here. You're watching girls basketball on Zaleski Sports.
I knew I wanted to start an agency that honored those small town values like relationships and service. Our mission is to sell insurance ethically and with integrity to protect our clients' needs today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Not everybody understands insurance, and it's a good day when I can help give peace of mind.
Working with Access Insurance, we are a team, so you don't just get one of us, you get all 4 of us.
Access Insurance Agency, our business revolves around you.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi with you, as we have 4:58 remaining in the first half. Connor Philippi with you here tonight. Glad to bring you this game, and like I said, it's been a busy night, or busy week I should say, for Newman Catholic Athletics. And Newman Catholic facing a very good team here in Marathon. Hoping to make a statement here tonight. They've scored 4 straight. Lost the ball in their most recent possession, and so Marathon trying to get back on track offensively after a couple slow possessions, the last couple. As Schneider will get it over to Caitlin Love. Came off the bench after the timeout. Schneider now puts up the 3 off the front of the rim, and Glenecki fights for the rebound and gets it. Brianna Schultz now with eyes down the court, and that one was a kicked ball. Kind of lucky there, as looked like almost kind of a laser, one of those laser vision passes where kind of staring the intended target down, and Marathon saw it all the way, but went against the foot trying to get to it. And so second life here for Newman Catholic on this possession as Bodenheimer now up top. She's nailed 2 threes so far tonight. She works out of this one, and now Aubrey Pent beyond the arc, back around. Bodenheimer with another, and it doesn't go this time. Looked right on the mark from my angle, but it was just a little too strong there. And so Helke gets it back out to Caitlin Love, and she drains it on the other side. 6 points now for Caitlin Love in the first half. 3.5 to go here in the first as Marathon trying to get their momentum back. They were up by over double digits at one point. Glenecki in the corner underneath the basket and had to throw it against, and that time just with her foot out of bounds before getting it back out. Really no other choice for Glenecki but to just try that. She ran out of real estate towing the line there. Rozwadowski coming in as Jankowski took the break there. Now Glenecki with the long two. Can't get that one as it's rebounded by Bookberger. Emma Love all the way to the other side of the court for Schneider. Into the corner, three-point shot is up, too far, as Aubrey Pent with the rebound, got double teamed, but got it out to Glenecki before it got too dangerous there. Brianna Schultz now losing the ball right into the hands of Caitlin Love. Almost surprised that she got it there. And then back the other way, Aubrey Pent slow to get up on the other side. Glenecki in transition, can't quite get the and one. Aubrey Pent now walking back into frame. She looks just be just a little bit scraped up here, but able to get up just fine. It's kind of a weird collision there on that side of the court. Glenecki will shoot two. The second foul of the game for Maven Schneider. That first shot did not go. Couple substitutions for both teams here. 2:32 to go in the first. Glenecki goes 1 for 2 here. Cuts the deficit back to 8. Macy Mishka around now to Caitlin Love. Lookberger drives in, but then gets it out to Caitlin Love. More perimeter passes. Dangerous pass there that works out as Schneider gets it around again to Bookberger. Into the corner. Fed in. Now she's forced to drive again. Marathon with a long possession here. Can't quite get points out of it as it's rebounded here by Kopke. She's under pressure instantly on her side of the court, keeping it away from the over and back there nicely by Aubrey Pent. Out of bounds, but off of Marathon. But you can tell that Newman Catholic, they found a little bit of a rhythm earlier on here, but now you can tell that they are uncomfortable. Rozwadowski's going to throw it in here for Newman Catholic. She finds Bodenheimer. Putting up that shot off the backboard and no good. Just one of those where you've got so much pressure on you that you just throw it up really without knowing where you are on the court. Throwing up coming here for Marathon. Bookberger and Schneider are going to come out of the game. Schultz is going to come in for Kopke. And Reagan Martin back in the game. Helke also. Helke up top to Macy Mishka, she can't get inside here. And a lot of Marathon's work has been passes right underneath the basket. They haven't really been able to drive in well, but have not really needed to because of how efficient that play has been. 3-point doesn't go off the front of the rim. Getting her own rebound, though, is Caitlin Love. 3-point shot's up. And that one off the mark. Battling for it there. And that's going to go Newman Catholic's way, I believe, off the jump ball. Correction on that one, Emma Love was the one that shot that one and got her own rebound. And then Caitlin Love put up that shot the second time around. Bodenheimer finding Schultz beyond the arc. She drives in, and now a 3-point shot for Bodenheimer. Gets it to go again. She's 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. And she's got 9 points on the night off those 3. And then that one thrown out of bounds. Newman Catholic senses a little bit of momentum coming back. They have 34.7 on the clock to finish out the first. We'll see if they just decide to hold it or if they continue to go with their foot on the gas. This time Marathon drops back rather than pressing. Aubrey Pent back out to Glenecki. Into the corner now. Schultz makes a cut, can't get it to go. Glenecki trying to get it back. Rozwadowski couldn't get the shot. Glenecki, and now Bodenheimer with another 3. That was a rush shot though, and it goes out of bounds. And you wonder if Glenecki could have kind of went with the reverse layup right underneath the basket or not from where she was. But she saw a wide open Bodenheimer, and don't blame her for that. 5 seconds in the first. One last shot potentially. Can't get that one to go. Put back, and that one also doesn't fall, but it's a good one so far here from Newman Catholic as the visiting Marathon team leading 24-19. Newman Catholic hanging in this one as the underdogs, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. But halfway through this halfway through this halftime break, I'll be giving you kind of an update on some of the games going on throughout Central Wisconsin, and I'll talk about what needs to happen the rest of this game for either team to try and get this victory. But for now, you're watching Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from your simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
At WIAA Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011. earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing real rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at NicoletBank.com. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Elite Auto Care on Schofield Avenue in Weston offers the best in automotive care and repair. This locally owned and operated repair group features a full staff of ASE certified technicians. They are ready to handle all major and minor repairs to get you back on the road. For any make, any model vehicle, look to Elite Auto Care for repairs. From general maintenance and preventative care like oil changes and tire rotations, to those more challenging issues like air conditioning, brakes, and engine issues. Elite Auto also offers a full selection of tires to fit your vehicle needs. For your next auto needs, turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business, on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Abbey Bank. They make banking about you. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Scherer Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life, and hundreds of businesses create beautiful facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, municipal, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Scherer Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at schererconstruction.com.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Did you know we carry chocolate that can help you stay strong and fit this holiday season?
And we welcome you back here to Zaleski Sports and here in Newman Catholic High School. Connor Filthy with you for the halftime break here between Newman Catholic and Marathon for girls basketball action. Right around halfway through the season. I'd like to remind you that halftime sponsors Rib Mountain Eye Care. Rib Mountain Eye Care hopes you're enjoying the broadcast, but hey, if the players look a little blurry or your glasses feel like a constant bother, we can help. Call the vision experts at Rib Mountain Eye Care today and don't miss a single moment of the next big game. And before we go over this game, we'll take a look here at some of the scores around halftime and some of the hockey scores as well throughout Central Wisconsin. Your Stratford and Assumption girls basketball, that's a good game between two good teams. Assumption currently leading 43-35 at the half. Columbus Catholic and Owen Withy for boys basketball. Owen Withy leading 29-26 at the half. For some boys hockey action, DC Everest leads at home 3-0 over Wisconsin Rapids at the end of the first period. Neelsville and Loyal for boys basketball. Loyal leading 26-20 at the half. Wausau West leading 4-3 over Marshfield about halfway through that hockey game. Bocelli leading 20-11 over Port Edwards for boys basketball at the half. That's a low-scoring affair, to say the least. And then Marshfield and Menominee for girls basketball action. Looking at that one, 11.6 remaining in that first half. It's 31-17, as it looks like it's going to be Menominee holding for this final shot of the half. A three-pointer is nailed from the corner, so they will be up 34-17 at the half. And so some good basketball action here on Zaleski Sports, going all the way through to the weekend. And there's going to be a good one to finish off the weekend with Pacelli and Assumption girls basketball playing each other, the third and the fifth best teams in Division 5 in the state. So that'll be a great one. I'm on the call for that and excited to bring it to you. So make sure if you don't have Saturday plans to tune in to Game 2 of that doubleheader from Pacelli High School. But going into this matchup, going into the second half, about 2.5 left to go in the break. And so it's been kind of a back and forth affair. You know, Newman Catholic hung in the game for the first 10 minutes or so. Marathon looked like they were going to start to pull away. They were up by a little bit over 10 points, and their offense was on a roll, but then Newman Catholic kind of got a couple of their own. They forced a couple turnovers, just a couple of mental mistakes as well for Marathon. And in kind of a low-scoring affair so far in this game, Newman Catholic feels like they can ride the hot hand of Claire Bodenheimer, and if they can force a few more of those mistakes, really what's going to be important for them is they just need to make sure they are hitting on those opportunities they have. If they have any second chance opportunities, they need to find ways to get points in. They can allow second chance opportunities on the other side of the court, and they just need to play some really fundamentally sound basketball. On top of that, for both teams, free throws are going to be huge. Later on in this game, I expect more fouls in the second half than you saw in the first. I believe there was 6 total in the entire first half, and a couple of them, really only 2 of them, I believe, were even free throws. And so I believe it will be a much more aggressive second half for both of these two teams, especially for Newman Catholic. If it feels like they are struggling on the defensive side of the ball, they're going to have to find ways to just be a little more aggressive, even if that means picking up more fouls than they had in that first half. It's worth it if it means forcing a couple missed free throws, because that pass opportunity in underneath the basket has been pretty automatic for Emma Love when they can get it cleanly to her. They might need to foul her a few times in this second half if that comes to a head. About a minute to go before this second half starts. And so we remind you again of the standings within the Merriwood South. Currently, Newman Catholic is fighting from behind. It is a very good Merriwood South. They're 2-5 within the conference, 5-9 overall. The next worst team is Edgar, sitting at 4-3 in the conference and 7-4 overall. That's the 5th place team, or 6th place team actually. No, 5th place team, I was right, in the conference out of 7. And so that all kind of calculates up to this is a very good Merriwood South. And Newman Catholic has kind of an uphill battle, battling against some very good teams as the inbound is on its way up. 15 seconds is frozen here on the scoreboard. And back to 18, and we are ready to start this second half. Marathon with the throw-in from Maven Schneider. Putting that one out to Macy Mishka to start things off. Trying to drive in. Instead, we'll force it back outside. Marathon had a lot of slow developing plays. Both teams did, for that matter, and the majority, as that one's thrown away, and Newman Catholic gets the ball back, the majority of these points you see on the board happened about the last 12 minutes of play, because the first 6 minutes or so was very low scoring. Some long developing plays. Like I said, no fouls early on in this game. And so we'll see if the pace changes as the game gets closer to its end. I'm sure that'll depend a lot on how close it is down the stretch, as Newman Catholic almost loses it out of bounds. It gets poked away, though, off of Caitlin Love, and so it'll stay with them out of bounds. Schultz will throw it in here for the Fighting Cardinals. We talked about how there's a lot of seniors and juniors on this Marathon team. There's 5 total seniors for Newman Catholic and only 1 junior. The rest all sophomores on this varsity squad. Is that one off the mark? Rebounded there by Emma Love. Quickly back the other way, going up for that shot, and a easy foul call there as Macy Mishka will go to the line. And it's going to be against Schultz, second of the night, and of course the first of the half for either team. First shot rolls in. And 2 for 2 from the line. And just like I said, good free throw shooting will be huge for both teams here in the second half, as Aubrey Pent is going to draw the foul here. That'll be the 3rd of the night here for Maven Schneider. Into the corner here to Aubrey Pence. Spin move, puts up the shot, can't quite get it to go. Some off-balance shots for her throughout the course of the night. She has been heavily guarded. And that Marathon defense holding her to no points on the board so far here tonight. Glenecki with 7. We'll continue to see her throughout the course of this one. But she continues to have that kind of compression brace on her knee. In the corner here, swung back around to Schneider. Up top now. Caitlin Love trying to get it in under the basket. The shot heavily contested. Getting it back though and forcing the jump ball is Emma Love. Good effort by her. It'll stay Newman Catholic ball, but again, that possession arrow becomes very important throughout the course of the second half. Every possession matters as clock ticks closer to 0 here on the NTC scoreboard. 16:33 still to go though, plenty of time. As Bodenheimer working against Helke, forcing it back out to Aubrey Pence up top. She gets the pick. That one gets knocked away, but winds up still in the hands of Bodenheimer. And now Pence tries to drive in, puts up that shot again, forcing just a really difficult off-balance shot from her. Getting that one into Love. Thinking about that one up top. Now Mishka has it. Nice shot from the free throw line, but doesn't go. That was a good play to set up a high percentage shot, just didn't go that time. As Aubrey Pence tries to cut inside again, has nothing but Bodenheimer off the front of the rim. Beautiful feed and the and one. What a play there. As slow to get up here, but getting up fine now is Bodenheimer. Nice play that time, and this is the bane of play-by-play broadcasters where they follow the ball to a play, they start thinking about and calling what's happening, and then they miss who passed the ball. A lot of times the assist is one of the most impressive parts of the play, and I wish I could have seen, as that was just a lightning strike. A three-point play as Helke was the one to get it in. And just like that, Marathon's up by double digits. 5 straight points to start off the half. Newman Catholic looking for their first score. 4.5 in. Putting up that shot and it doesn't go. Rebound though for Glenecki. She can't force it in, as she was heavily contested. Trying to get it there in transition. Fed in and under the basket. Tough angle there, couldn't get it. Aubrey Pence will retreat back now, cuts in, another shot. This time it rolls in, she gets on the board. It was another tough off-balance shot this time. She got it to work though. And there's kind of an opportunity, or a situation there I should say, where Newman Catholic felt like they needed some points. Just get a little bit of motivation, get on the board in the second half and start to work from there. Schneider up top, wide open 3, but it falls. Getting it back in bounds though, and it's going to be a foul against Newman Catholic. That's brutal for them because they just kind of watched that one, so sure it was going out of bounds, and no one really went for it there. Marathon kind of out-hustled them that time. As Roz Wadowski will come in, as well as Bodenheimer. Heading to the bench is Jankowski and Schultz. And it's going to be Martin. And it's Reagan Martin coming in as Helke will take a break. Throw in from the baseline. Just like I said earlier on, as this one is up off the backboard, no good. Just like I said, there'd be more fouls in this second half. There's already 4 in the first 4 minutes of play, and there was 1 throughout the first 6, I believe. As this one is drained for 3, Aubrey Pence. Not only does she get on the board in the second half, she now nails a 3, and it's 5 points in the last couple of minutes. Here's Martin feeding it back out up top. And now here's Emma Love quick passes right around that elbow area, and then it's stolen by Glenecki. Newman Catholic now working off of 5 straight of their own. Pent fakes that shot. Now back out to her. She drives in. Underhanded shot falls in. 7 straight points for Aubrey Pent. 1 possession game now. Bookberger trying to drive. She finds Love for the bank in there. Emma Love has been a force to be reckoned with early in this one. I'd say late in this one at this point, but early in this second half as well. She scores 9 now on the night. From the corner, and that one kind of a rush shot. Marathon working off a 5-point lead now. Both teams with 5-point runs to start off the second half. Marathon with a 2-point run now. Trying to make it 5 again, this time off the side of the rim. Back with the Cardinals now. We're about under now 13 minutes left in the game. And we're just past 8 o'clock. It's been a fast-moving one. Timeout called now here, though. We'll take a break with them and be back in just a few moments here on Zaleski Sports.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi with you in a game where Newman Catholic's been fighting hard all game long. They trail only by 5 to Marathon, one of the better teams in Division 4. Newman Catholic in D5, but both teams within the same conference due to regional and proximity to each other. 12:43 to go, 31-26. And Newman Catholic has possession here. Glenecki continues to be important for this Newman Catholic team as they've been kind of streaky at times from beyond the arc. A couple times when Bodenheimer couldn't miss. Pent nailed one, but also they have had some struggles from beyond the arc at certain points as well, as that one's thrown out of bounds. And so we'll have to see if Glenecki can get involved here into the basket. But she definitely gets better opportunities when Newman Catholic's nailing threes, because just spaces things out a little bit more for her as they defend the perimeter more to combat that. Here's a long 2 up and good from a tough angle for Emma Love. Straight on to that basket, close to the baseline there. Rozwadowski getting it out to Aubrey Pent. 7-point game now with 12 to go as Glenecki finds Pent again beyond the arc. Tries to make a cut in now, swung into the corner, faking that 3, and the floater up. Glenecki trying to get that rebound, but it's off of her. Marathon with the ball back, and we're seeing more of these kind of rush shots from Newman Catholic, and this Marathon defense certainly forcing those. But Newman Catholic has to understand here, they're down only 7, and there's plenty of game left to play. They can wait for their shot in those situations. There's another shot from that side of the court, but this time no good from Emma Love. Aubrey Pent working against Caitlin Love here, driving in, putting up another one of those shots. Floater no good. Caitlin Love now back out to Helke. Caitlin Love now that one out of bounds. So both teams kind of trading some miscues here, as feels like no harm, no foul for Newman Catholic after losing it out of bounds their last possession as Aubrey Pent gets it back to Glenecki, and they're trying to work out of a press now. And now Pent able to use her speed to work out of this one. This one knocked away, and then it's going to stay Marathon's ball, and good eye that time as both Bodenheimer and Rozwadowski were there by the ball, understanding that that was tipped away. And so both putting their hands up. Good discipline by them as Schultz will look to throw it in here. Aubrey Pent again. And Rozwadowski feeding it back out to Aubrey Pent. Feeding to Bodenheimer. She puts up the shot. That one doesn't go. Again, it's just a shot forced quickly by a player closing in. And when you feel that uncomfortable taking a shot, you got to just pass it to the next player. And it's one of the things Marathon did so well earlier on in this game is they were kind of waiting for their shot. And now they kind of have the benefit of being up by a few possessions. They can continue to take their time here. Still full 10:30 to go. But every possession becoming even more important, and the and one here for Emma Love. 13 points on the night as she looks to complete the three-point play here. Definitely a refreshing thing you see here from Marathon, though. 13 points for Emma Love. She's been their best player here tonight with 13 and 35 total points. That just means that this team has been so good at spreading the ball around. And so the three-point play complete. Emma Love gets to 14 now as it's a double-digit lead once again for Marathon. Haven't quite been able to break away and really pull away from that 10-point lead so far here tonight. They're looking to try and do that here. Three-pointer again as Aubrey Pent is able to get the rebound. She puts up another one here, and it doesn't go, but it looks like it's going to be a foul called here. And that's going to be 3 shots for her. So, a little bit confused here as they're calling the foul. They're saying the foul is called after the shot, but Newman Catholic has the ball out of bounds. Maybe they meant before the shot because it's still a 10-point game. So I'm assuming that was a before the shot foul. So no 3 there as it remains Newman Catholic ball. Thrown now from the baseline. Brianna Schultz trying to throw it in here. Having a hard time breaking out of it, but now finding it in the corner, bouncing off, no good, and it's going to be a foul called here against Rozwadowski, trying to get that ball back. That's probably going to be the 5th now of the half, and it is. 2nd for her. And so now Newman Catholic getting dangerously close to forcing the bonus for Marathon. Martin tries to drive in. She is forced to retreat, throws it back out to Caitlin Love. Up top now to Martin. She is nice feet in there, and a foul's going to be called there. Anytime you see a layup attempt hit the side of the backboard, that probably means she was fouled. Either that or I'm on the court. 2 free throws coming for Miley Helke. 9:34 on the clock here on the NTC scoreboard. First shot up and good. Marathon has been great from the free throw line here tonight so far. Now I hold my breath, see if I avoid the announcer's jinx. And I did not jinx it that time. 2 for 2 from the line, Helke. As Marathon leads now by 12, and they now are in the bonus, this next foul. Glenecki up top. That one blocked away by Emma Love. It'll stay Cardinal ball. Emma Love with 14 on the night. She leads the team in scoring. This one thrown out of bounds. Things unraveling a little bit here for Newman Catholic. Just feels like they are still very uncomfortable on the offensive side here. Helke gets in the corner to Emma Love. Around to the other side. Now under the basket, triple teamed there. Swings it underhand, and it winds up with a Newman Catholic player as it's Brianna Schultz taking it down. Aubrey Pence faking that three, putting it up from the free throw line. That one bouncing off. Mishka, that pass from her blocked away and out of bounds. And a timeout going to be called by Jeff Schneider on that Marathon side of the court. Be a full timeout. We'll take a timeout with them and be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi with you. And I want to remind you here we got 14 games being streamed tomorrow night on Zaleski Sports. First one starting with DC Everest at 6 p.m. and the last one starting at 8:15. That's the second game of a doubleheader. With 14 total games, all boys and girls basketball here on Zaleski. So make sure you tune into those. I'll talk about the Saturday games as well after this. Up top here, thinking about that three, but at this point in the game, not wanting to take any unnecessary shots. Marathon instead will throw it against a player's foot on accident there, and it goes back Newman Catholic's way. They'll take any chance they can get to try and put some more points on this board. They kind of came up quiet after scoring 7 points in just a couple minutes, and those are the kind of shots you're seeing as Marathon really just been defending so well. It's got Newman Catholic uncomfortable here. Getting this one out to Helke. She fakes that one underneath the basket and cuts in. Can't get it to go though. Have a wide open player there in the corner if they try to get it to her. But instead, putting up that one off the backboard, or excuse me, off the rim, no good. Second chance now. Driving this one in, Glenecki gets it to go. That one was unevaded to the basket. 7.5 to go here. Here's Helke. All the way across to Caitlin Love. Under the basket now to Emma. She can't quite get the roll. And it's rebounded by Kopke, as now Aubrey Pence will take the pick. Nice feed to Glenecki, but then the offhand shot can't go. She used her left hand for that one. As Aubrey Pence can't quite get the steal, but forces it out of bounds. That was a beautiful play. Unfortunate for Newman Catholic, they couldn't get it to connect. Bodenheimer coming back in here for Newman Catholic as Kopke will take a rest. Marathon still with the ball up 10, just under 7 to go here on the NTC scoreboard. Fed in here, getting tripped. And that's going to be a foul against Newman Catholic, and it's 1-and-1 time here at this point in the game. 7 total fouls on the half for Newman Catholic. And like I said, expected it to be a lot more of a aggressive second half. Newman Catholic was going to have to find ways to keep these players under the basket from scoring as easily as they did in the first, and just force them to take some fouls as this 1-and-1 is missed, but then getting the rebound is Marathon. Try to feed it in there. It's poked away, but out of bounds off of Newman Catholic. Lenecki with the nice play there to keep pressure on. Rozwadowski is going to come in as now kneeling over here and not quite sure what's going on for Brianna Schultz, as she is kind of having a hard time standing up straight. Not quite sure what's going on. Somewhere in her middle back there. And we will take a quick step aside and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports as Brianna Schultz on the bench here and able to sit down straight here and not quite sure what happened there, but feels kind of just like a pulled back muscle. And obviously I'm no doctor, but just based on what we kind of saw going awkwardly down there, 3-point shot is up and no good, so hoping for nothing but the best as this one's put back and good for Marathon. But thankfully looking like she is just kind of, something was tweaked maybe on that play. So good news there on the injury front. We'll continue to get updates as we go along, but the fact that no one's continuously looking at her on the bench is a good sign. Missed shot there on the Newman Catholic side as it's fed in now to Caitlin Love up top. Swung around to Bookberger, excuse me. As Caitlin Love, now a quick pass in. They're just kind of playing some keep away at this point. Up by 12, 6 to go. Again, no shot clock in high school basketball in Wisconsin. So if you're fundamentally strong, you can keep the ball going and in play for quite a while. And now that they have the 1-and-1 on the foul, they are in an even better position. Getting this one out across and now into Martin. And they'll just kind of retreat back out. And eventually it's going to be an Eagle clearing the lane there, it looks like. Lane violation for Reagan Martin. Couple substitutions there for Marathon as there's 5.5 now to go. Newman Catholic still down 12. And they scored just 9 points in the second half. Feels like all of their 3-point shot opportunities kind of taken away. Bodenheimer was on fire earlier on, and Aubrey Pent now getting a drive-in layup, which they'd love more of that action because that lane has been really muddled up so far tonight. Is this one no good? Bodenheimer rebounds it. Looking for a little bit of momentum here as Bodenheimer works her way down the court. Hounded by Marathon players, but she gets it away to Aubrey Pent. Around to Bodenheimer. She puts up the 3. This one bouncing in. And just the difference a couple possessions makes in the game of basketball, from a double-digit deficit to just 3 possessions. Still under 5 to go, plenty of time. Putting up that long two, that one doesn't go. A nice vision there, but just a little too high, and that's one where you're just not sure if you want to force that at this point. If you get a perfect throw in there, it's an easy two, but at the same time, can't afford too many turnovers at this stage. Caitlin Love over to Helke. Swung into the corner, now driving in, putting up the shot. That one rolling in nicely for Reagan Martin. Bodenheimer puts up the three. That one doesn't go. Glenecki with a putback attempt. It's going to be a foul and 2 shots for her. Just under 4 to go here on the NTC scoreboard. That's only the 3rd foul of the half for Marathon. And that's the 2nd of the game for Helke. Very fundamentally sound game for Marathon. From the discipline department, I should say. Macy Mishka coming in, replacing Muckberger. As that shot finds its way in, so 1 for 2 from the line. 8-point game with 3:50 to go. That's double-digit points on the night for Glenecki. Reagan Martin under the basket, getting hounded. She puts up the shot. That one doesn't go, as that one will go back with Newman Catholic. Big possession change there. As we see Brianna Schultz coming back in the game, so that's good news. She was the one holding her back earlier, and so it's good to see her back out and playing. So it must have been just a little tweak of that back. Rozwadowski, that is Aubrey Pent. Getting this one back up top. Aubrey Pent puts up the 3-point shot, and it's drained. And she shows some emotion on that one, clapping her hands, getting some momentum going for her defense, as just like that, it's a 5-point game with just around 3 to go. Losing that one off her foot, but getting the ball back, and a travel's going to be called. Couple mistakes here for Marathon has let Newman Catholic back into this one. And now calling a timeout. Good idea there for Jeff Schneider. He'll talk to his team. Newman Catholic on offense, down 5 with 3:06 to go after this on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi with you. And so Newman Catholic going on a little bit of a tear late in this game. They were down by as much as 12 points just a few minutes ago. It was 12 points at around the 6-point mark, or excuse me, the 6-minute mark. And now they found their way back to a 5-point deficit. And they get the ball. They forced a travel in their last possession. Excuse me, in Marathon's last possession. Aubrey Pent went from scoreless in the first half to now 12. Highlighted by a couple of 3-point shots to really spark things for Newman Catholic. She gets a pick here. Bodenheimer now getting it into the corner. Now Schultz drives. She can't get the shot to go. Another one put up by her, and it's blocked twice. Big defensive stand there for Marathon. They get the ball back with 2:40 to go. Wide open three, but doesn't take it there. In the corner for Emma Love, working against Glenecki. Marathon continuing to take its time here on their possessions. 20 seconds already off the clock in this possession, as losing this one now and trying to get it back into the hands of Glenecki there. I do believe it would have gone off of Newman Catholic, so still a good decision to try and get that one inbounds. Three-pointer from the corner. That one does not fall. Two minutes to play. Martin feeds this one into Mishka. Newman Catholic's going to have to start getting a little more aggressive on defense, as coming close to a minute and a half left to go. They're still down 5. Still only 1-and-1s. Let's take 3 fouls to get to 2 free throws no matter what here. They're just playing keep away at this point. And then this one's thrown away, but it is tipped. Must have been Aubrey Pent that got just a finger on that one, almost didn't notice. 1:22 to go now here. Newman Catholic playing up a little bit more here. Any more time off the clock, and they're going to have to start committing some fouls here. This one almost poked away, and a foul called against Aubrey Pent might have been the best thing, though. And so 1-and-1's coming. Newman Catholic can only hope here that this stays to 2 possessions with a 1 from 2 or even 0 for 2. It's going to be Caitlin Love from the line. It is off the mark, rebounded by Glenecki. Big rebound there. Just about a minute to go in this game. Glenecki finding Pent. Working off the pick from Glenecki, putting up the shot, doesn't go. Rebounded though. That shot does. Brianna Schultz with a big shot to make it a 1-possession game. 5 for her on the night. 40 seconds left, and a timeout's going to be called. And it's like a foul. And it looks like they're going to get the foul before the timeout. You saw Jeff Schneider calling timeout on the side there. Foul must have been called first. And it is one more 1-and-1, but then the next foul is going to be 2 shots, which is huge at this stage. Emma Love, the 6-foot senior, will be the one to shoot this one. It is good. Cold-blooded free throw as a timeout's going to be called. Still one more free throw to go. 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick one and be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
And we welcome you back here. 41.3 to play. As that first free throw has officially made it a 2-possession game again. Newman Catholic, though, has been getting a lot more of their shots to fall the last couple of minutes. As players head back out onto the floor, we'd like to remind you there's 14 games streaming tomorrow between girls and boys basketball, and then some really good ones here on Saturday. I know for me, I'll be calling the Assumption and Pacelli doubleheader. The girls game will be the 3rd and 5th best teams in the state in D5, and so that will be a huge game. Really excited to bring that one to you. Second free throw coming Marathon up 4. And this one is good. 2 cold-blooded free throws from Emma Love, who already leads the team with points, 4-18 on the night. Aubrey Penn putting up the 3, bouncing off. Rebounded though, and then that one gets blocked. And there's going to be a foul called on Newman. That's now 2 free throws, and that was a huge moment here. It's going to be Regan Martin on the line. First free throw missed. Second one also off the front of the rim. Glenecki gets the rebound. It stays a 5-point game, but only 15 seconds left on the clock. 3-point shot is up from the corner, and it's good. Timeout called by Newman Catholic. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi with you. And it was a wild finish in the boys game versus Edgar on Tuesday for Newman Catholic, and it's just as wild here for the girls on Thursday night. 8.6 remaining in the game. Marathon has possession, 2-point game. It's going to be 2 free throws no matter what on the foul. But Newman Catholic's going to try and foul as quickly as possible. Getting this one out, and they got a foul here. And a couple seconds come off the clock before the foul is eventually called. And so 5.3 to go. And all the pressure of the world here on Emma Love. First shot is missed. And barring a rebound for Marathon, Newman Catholic might have one chance. And now a timeout's going to be called here for Jeff Schneider. We'll stay with you on this one because this is too good of a game. And so if you're joining us late, how we got here is just kind of a back and forth affair as both teams kind of got on their own runs. And there were points where Marathon was up by 10. They were even up by 12 at one point, about 6 minutes left in this game. But some just cold-blooded shots from Newman Catholic and some just very well-timed turnovers and a couple mistakes from Marathon near the end kind of got them back at this point. A cold-blooded 3-point shot from Brianna Schultz, who was hurt earlier on in the game and then came back and nailed it. And so that's led to here, 2-point game. And so Marathon, if they can make this shot, they could force a 3-pointer to win the game, but they also, if missed, could get the rebound and try and end the game that way. But obviously Marathon going for this 3-point lead as they want to guarantee the, at the very worst, overtime scenario. Shot is up. This one also missed. Newman Catholic with the rebound. They got to get a shot up. 1 second left, and it's going to run out. Sklanecki can't get it to go. It wouldn't have gone in anyway. And Marathon, or what happened here? Now they're going to say the game is over. They waited for a second. But Marathon survives. A valiant effort for Newman Catholic. But Marathon will take home the victory. And we will stay here for the Merrill Steel post-game show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
All right, well, welcome here to the post-game show. We're hoping to get some players out here very soon, but the final score here, 44-42 in favor of Marathon, and we're hoping here to talk to Emma Love. We'll see if they can get out here pretty quickly, but really the course of this game really came with a lot of back and forth in the first half. There was a lot of point swings in favor of Marathon. They were up by double digits at multiple points in this game. Newman Catholic showing a lot of heart. They're the team coming as the Division 5 team and at the bottom of this conference, and you would never think that based on the way they played here tonight. And they were able to fight back multiple different times, and even when Marathon would kind of get them off balance, they would find ways to get some big shots and get back into this game. But at the very end, it came down to some fundamental basketball for Marathon. They were able to get the free throws, and at the end, it kind of almost looked like it was going to fall apart for them with those missed free throws at the end, but this defense stood strong just like they have all game long, and they were able to force a a situation where they just tried one too many passes and ran out of time, and that last shot, of course, falling out of the basket before the time ran out anyway. So either way, it was a fantastic game, and we'll kind of stand by here and wait and see if we can get some post-game interviews, and we will just kind of see what happens these next few minutes, and I'll get back to you.
This is my home. I've grown up here. My grandparents always took very, very good care of the house. They worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. You know it's a dirty job, a big job. When I went out there expecting chaos, and I just saw people on their hands and knees, like they literally picked up everything. Whether it was garbage they left or whether it was garbage that was there. It was a top-tier experience.
Coach, I can just get a few words. If I can just get a few words for you for
Okay,
Zaleski.
sure, quick.
If I can interview Emma as well.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
All right. All right, welcome back here. We're here for the interview, of course, here with Coach Jeff Schneider. Thanks so much for coming out and doing this interview. Just a couple of questions for you. One, the defense really won this game for you here tonight, and there was a lot of different points. You know, they were kind of having their moments from beyond the arc, but for the most part, it was really looking like there was some off-balance shots. This Newman Catholic team looked really uncomfortable throughout the game. Yeah. What is it about your defense that just brings that about?
I mean, I think that, you know, it's a little bit of pride that we take, that we're going to work together and, you know, try to put pressure on the ball, try to be in gaps that we know we need to be in, and help each other out when we have to. And, you know, for the most part, good offense is going to be good defense, and is, you know, you're going to get shots, and give Newman credit that, you know, enough of them went in for them that, you know, they were super competitive.
Well, thank you very much. One more question for you. It feels like, obviously, we'll be interviewing Emma Love, who was the top point scorer of this game. But in terms of secondary points, there was a lot of points on the board for a lot of different players, and that you kind of see that consistently throughout your team. What's so important about being able to rely on a lot of different players for those points?
We said that after Monday's game too. You know, we maybe have one kid that scores in the teens, and then, you know, we have so many kids with 5, 6, 7, whatever it is, and that's just super because, you know, at any time we can have a kid that can score a little bit more, but when you have that balance, you know, that's what good offenses do and good teams do. So, yeah, we're real happy about that.
Well, thank you very much, Coach. Congratulations.
Thanks for coming.
And I'll talk to Emma in just a second here if I can get the chance here. Thank you very much for doing this interview, Emma. I'll just ask you one quick question. You know, this was the kind of game where you had to rely on a lot of different ways to win this game, and especially with you being a senior, what is it about being a senior that allows you to kind of innovate your game, change your game, and just find those ways to win?
I think over the years, like, my game has changed a little bit. I started a lot more on the perimeter. The first time I played here, I was way more perimeter based, and I've been able to move into the post. but I also think tonight they did a great job. Their coach knew exactly what to do, and they took it away. But I think also being able to trust my teammates to know what's best. I think because we played together for so long as a senior, I can trust them to make smart plays and good plays. So that's really helpful, and it helps our team when the games get a little close like that one.
Well, thank you very much. I'll have you look at the camera and say, I'm Emma Love and I'm in the house, right?
I'm Emma Love, and I'm in the house.